Welcome back, my friends, to AllbyOly Design. Today I'm going to show you how to add slit to the dress. On the customer, we tried it on. We made sure to mark how high she wants the slit, and also we're gonna shorten the dress a little bit. So I put the pin right here. Also, you can use the safety pin, and let's get started. First, what I do, I turn the dress to the wrong side, and then I marked how high I want the slit to be. For marking, you're gonna need a long ruler and also the chalk. We're gonna mark the long line perpendicular to the hem. Some fabrics on dresses is very picky. For example, if it's a chiffon or organza, it's very hard to draw the straight line, because even if you're gonna draw the straight line, it will be curved. So for example, for these dresses, if it have like lining, then it's great to attach to the lining, because lining usually it's made from polyester and it's easier to make a straight line and sew together. Okay, so after I drew the straight line and the line of the slit that we're gonna do, now we are ready to cut fusible. I'm gonna use the fusible black color and I will cut it 1/2 inch wide. After I cut it 1/2 inch wide, I'm gonna leave 1/2 inch on the top, right where the intersection is, and now I'm gonna place the fusible right in the middle of the fusible. That way we need to know where the line was, because we're gonna redraw it again after we're gonna press it with the iron. After all, I will redraw the line again to make sure where I'm gonna do the stitch. Then we're gonna start do the stitch. For example, see this line, I'm gonna sew right beside from one side and other side. When we get to the upper part where is the corner, I will do close to that point, and then I will turn the fabric, and then I'll start doing the another stitch, probably like one of the 8 far from the first one. All you need to do is to pull the foot up and then turn your dress, but make sure your needle is in so you don't lose the point where you stop the stitching. So this is how it looks, and now we're gonna do another stitch close to the line, not on the line. This is how our stitch looks from the front part. Now we're just gonna need to cut it between. So I sew these stitches because I cannot serge, because I'm not gonna do the wide slit. You wanna do as delicate as it is. So this is how it looks, and this is how close you cut right at the corner of the slit. Make sure you don't cut the thread. If you do, no worries, because we're gonna do the top stitch as well, and then we're gonna do some hand stitch just in case. Now what I'm doing is just turning a little and then do this top stitch. I'm gonna sew very close to the edge because I want to make sure it looks very delicate, since we have the fabric as a fixed satin. It's close to this atlas, European atlas. When I'm getting close to the corner of the slit, I'm trying to go almost to 0, and I'm doing the stitch close to the edge, and at the corner we have to do just how we did with the stitching. We're gonna leave the needle in, then turn and start sewing the other side. You can see I'm taking my time. You can also use the manual, moving and turn the needle down and up. And then same thing on other side. I will have to add some hand stitching since at the corner it didn't catch all the hem, so I had to use the hand stitching a little. Next I'm gonna take needle and thread and I'm gonna sew a little bit these edges which didn't turn well on sewing machine, so I'm just gonna stitch them down because we want to make sure it doesn't show on the right side. You probably will see just a corner of the stitching, which is fine because we did the top stitch. If we would have the lining, then we would sew together. Now I'm gonna press it and I will use my pressing pillow and I will press it well. After I finish the slit, I will hem the dress, so as you see, you can see teeny tiny bit of usable, and that's okay. Next, I want to show you how we're gonna protect the slit from ripping. You want the seam to get close to each other, and we're gonna do just couple stitches right at the corner of the stitches. Make sure it's not visible on the front side. Then I will take one step down, and now I'm gonna create a little tiny crocheted thread and I will show you how. So here I pull the thread but not all the way, and through that loop I'm gonna pull another thread. So this is how you create crocheted thread. You don't need to create too long, just maybe like 5 steps, that should be enough, and then pull all the way the needle through. Now you have this crocheted thread and we're just gonna attach it to the other side. You might didn't pay attention, but on some dresses who have slits, they do have this crocheted thread to protect and prevent ripping. After I finish the slit, I'm gonna start working on the hem. The way I do it, I press it, the line exactly how short it have to be. Then I do a small top stitch a quarter from it, and then I cut it a quarter from the stitch that I did. And then we just fold it and top stitch it. This usually called rolled hem. So this is our final result. I hope this tutorial will help you. Make sure also every dress with different fabric is totally different results. So make sure you stick around and see you soon.